Connecting Airtable to Zapier begins by logging into your Zapier account and creating a new Zap. That one connection then lets you automatically create, update, or fetch records from any base you have. Open your browser, head to zapier.com, and sign in. Once the dashboard loads, look at the top left corner. Click that big Create button and choose Zaps from the drop-down. The Zap editor appears with an empty trigger step, and that's where we'll drop Airtable. I always recommend giving your Zap a descriptive name right now, something like New Airtable Contact to MailChimp. So 6 months from now, you know exactly what it does without opening it. The first step is always a trigger. Click the trigger block, type Airtable into the search bar, and select the Airtable app icon from the list. Now, here's a decision. Airtable can be a trigger that watches for new or updated records, or it can be an action step that creates or updates records later in your workflow. For this connection walkthrough, I'll set it as a trigger, but the account linking part is identical either way. Go ahead and select Airtable. You'll see a prompt to sign in or connect a new account. Click that, and a pop-up window opens asking you to log into Airtable. Use the login for the workspace that contains the base you want to automate. This matters because Zapier only gets access to bases you have permission for. After you log in, Airtable will show an authorization screen listing what Zapier can do. Read your bases, tables, and records. You can optionally restrict access to specific workspaces by clicking Select Bases, but for most setups, just hitting Authorize works fine. Once you do, the window closes and your account shows as connected inside Zapier. If you ever change your Airtable password or revoke the token, you'll need to come back here and reconnect. Zapier will flag it in your Zap history so you won't miss it. Now click Continue to proceed. Zapier will display a test button. Hit that. A quick spinner runs, and if everything is healthy, you'll get a green success message saying your Airtable account is connected. If the test fails, first thing to check, are you definitely logged into the right Airtable workspace? I've seen people accidentally use a personal account when the base is in a team workspace. Also, make sure you haven't hit a rate limit from too many requests in a short window. Assuming the test passes, you're ready to pick your base. Now comes the fun part. Zapier will load a drop-down for workspace. Pick the workspace that holds your target base. Then the base drop-down populates. The names here are exactly what you named them in Airtable. So if you've got CRM and inventory, choose the one you need. Next, select the table. Here's a pro tip. After choosing the table, you'll also see a view selector. The view you pick determines which records Zapier sees when it watches for triggers. So if you only want new records that match a certain filter, create an Airtable view with that filter applied and select it here. Otherwise, leave it on the default grid view. Then choose your trigger event from the list, commonly new record or new or updated record. Zapier will show a sample record pulled from that view, so you can confirm the fields are what you expect. If the sample looks wrong, go back to Airtable and check your view's sort order, because Zapier grabs the first record it finds. After you've configured the Airtable step, you can add more actions, like sending that record to Google Sheets or Slack. Build out the rest of your workflow, then hit the test button at the bottom to run the entire Zap with live data. This is non-negotiable. Test with real sample records before you publish. It catches mismapped fields or missing required data. When the test passes, click Publish and the Zap goes live. Your Airtable integration is now automating your work. You've just connected Airtable to Zapier and built a live automation. From here, you can set up Zaps that keep your team's data in sync across all your apps without lifting a finger. Once it's running, check the Zap history occasionally to make sure tasks aren't erroring out. And if your Airtable password changes, just reauthorize the connection. If this walkthrough saved you time, save the video or share it with someone else setting up their stack. Thanks for watching.